messed up.
How do you say yarrow?
Welcome to How Do You Say Yarrows?
How do you say yarrow? How do you say yarrow?
It'll be all the fun in the world. Heyo!
Hey!
Welcome to How Do You Say Yarrows?
Oh, we should show our newest cast member.
Oh yeah, our newest cast member who's joining us for many of these new videos. We can't say he'll be into everyone, but gotta tell you, we now have a new place where we're shooting videos. We always do in the car, or often do in the car.
Yeah.
Now we are shooting with a GoPro mounted to Seth's bassinet. So yes, this is getting some live video of Seth. Gabby's very excited about including that.
He's so adorable because he's awake right now.
He is very fine. We were hoping to kind of soothe him towards sleep at this point though.
Right.
I tripped a little.
Yes.
But shall I?
Yes.
Return this to us here, Mom and Dad. So we are talking about something big right here, and it is Ocean City Part 2.
That's right.
Now, for our loyal podcast fans, it actually is our most listened to episode, very closely tied with Study Abroad. But our original intro on Ocean City is the first podcast we ever recorded, or at least first published. I actually can't remember if it was the first we ever did.
Yep.
It was the first published.
That's right.
So we went back to Ocean City last week, and this time, of course, we brought our favorite new cast member. Gabby's still my first and favorite cast member.
Hey-o.
Seth is right up there, though.
He's faves.
Yeah, he's top 3.
Yes.
But yeah, we want to talk to you all about Ocean City and what it was like. Take it away, Miss Gabby. What do you think?
Ocean City, Maryland. We got to go. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We had beautiful weather.
Oh yeah.
It was so fun. The big deal about it really was, it was our first vacation as a family of 3.
Aw, and it was amazing. We had such a good time.
It was amazing. And because Seth came a little earlier than his due date,
5 days.
It was great. Yeah, that's a significant chunk when you're dealing with a newborn baby.
Fair enough.
And we were able to go on this trip with our family. They were going to be going no matter what. We were blessed by a super generous other family friend that made the opportunity possible for us to go. So we were really hoping to join our family, and we were able to because Seth was, obviously, we were out of the hospital with Seth and had a couple days under our belt of him being around.
Yeah. We were hoping to go even if he came on his actual due date,
Yeah.
but him actually being about 5 days early,
Helped
it's
us a lot.
Yeah, it's a big difference between like a 5 days in that young of life is an enormous percentage of life.
Yeah.
So it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. So what are some takeaways for you for the vacation?
I think some of the initial takeaways from first vacation with Seth, and also from just Ocean City as well, is for some, especially for like with an infant, I think simplicity was a beautiful thing.
Ooh, nice.
There are times where your vacations will be very elaborate, but also like, okay, embracing the vacation for exactly what that vacation is. We've not gone to Europe together, but we've done cruises. I think Maine was was more elaborate than this.
Yeah.
Or like, actually, no, I know. Or like going to Florida was elaborate vacation.
Oh, wait.
You go in Disney,
Yeah.
there's huge amounts of pre-planning, all that.
We did
But-
multiple cities.
Yeah. But this, it's actually kind of just embracing the simplicity of the vacation, to me was good. Because I felt like that helped a lot of like, okay, we want to have fun, we want to have a good time, but we aren't trying to do like everything in a single day. We're getting, what is it? Like hey, our goal today is we want to get to the beach for a half hour or an hour. Or, hey, our goal is we want to get dinner, we want to get donuts, and we just want to be able to read on the balcony. So kind of embracing this simplicity, and which really helps of like, okay, we're not trying to fill every moment of every day, because we do need a lot of downtime with an infant. Which I honestly felt so great at the end because of that. That was my first takeaway. You?
What did he range from how old for the beginning of the week? So how many days old, like at the start of the week?
Oh my God.
15 days old?
Less than 15. He might have been at like 14.
Okay.
Because he turned 21 days on Thursday.
That's right.
Well, no, yeah, maybe 15, somewhere around there. Yeah.
And so like 15 days old to
23
days old was the range of his age.
somewhere in there. We're not perfect on those numbers.
Yes. And so So it was big because I think it was just so amazing because who else, well, I was struck by this one day because our family was very intentional about, well, they wanted a lot of time with Seth too. And, you know, they were wanting to, you know, spend time with him. So they definitely worked to, you know, make sure we could go do some things outside the condo.
Which was great.
We all did things together, of course, and all that. But, like, a lot of the time I was definitely in the condo with Seth, which was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And we got to be on the balcony and stuff. But pretty much every day they made it so that I could go and do something like a half-hour walk on the beach with Adam, or an hour and a half on the beach with like whoever was on the beach there. Like, you know, someone would watch Seth while I was there. So that was amazing because I enjoyed both things. That I was definitely struck by, like, one, you know, while I'm walking to the beach, like, I'm like, okay, who else, like, unless you live at the beach, unless you're someone who literally lives at the beach, but otherwise, like, who is able to just walk to the beach for an hour when they have a newborn infant? Because I didn't want to bring Seth. We didn't want to bring Seth to the beach. No,
he's not ready.
No, he was too new, didn't want to deal with, like, the heat and everything like that. We did bring him onto the beach when it was, like, dusk.
Yeah. And for the record with it, Seth was super hardy the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So the only time he struggled really was with high humidity in the mornings. But other than that, he was at every meal with us.
Yeah.
He went out to everything, and he had a great attitude. It was it was just compliments to him. Look at him right now.
Yeah.
He is just.
He is
We're gonna throw you there. He is yawning.
He's awake, and you can kind of see his dimple, maybe.
Kind of.
I promise he has one.
Yeah, but he was just such a great kid in all of those areas, which really made it easy too. Mm-hmm. Not saying he was perfect. He had a couple of really rough nights, but that's still saying, like, he put such a great effort forward.
Well, that's the other piece that I think was really wonderful about the vacation. Because we had some time at home. Obviously, we had time in the hospital where we learned a lot with him. Then we had some time at home, like a week or a week and a day or two, right? So we had that time at home between the hospital and going to the beach. And then we went to the beach and we stayed at the condo with our family. Yeah. And I feel like it was another type of learning.
Oh, huge learning.
You know, like I really feel like I learned, it was really a good learning as far as what do we, you know, it was my first time nursing out in public.
Yeah, you did a great job on it.
I did it at 2 different restaurants.
Yep, we learned a lot. I still need to order the solar cover for the front of a windshield. Oh,
and I nursed in the car many times.
Yep.
And we learned about that because Adam wants to order a cover for the front windshield wiper, so there's a little bit more privacy. But you know, we learned about that. It was still really great.
Oh yeah, it's actually very discreet to do it in a car, but just sometimes maybe in more crowded areas, or like, you know, there are parts where we're parked where it's like, okay, maybe this isn't the greatest parking lot, where like, okay, just slight bit more privacy is welcome.
Yeah, I was trying to nurse with a cover, obviously at the actually, it might have been, no, it was 2 restaurants that I did. I don't think 3. And I am trying to learn how to use a cover. The cover's amazing, bought by one of our really good friends, and it's like awesome. The funny part is right now Seth really doesn't like being under the cover, so he would push the cover off me. So it was kind of funny. It ended up being that really I was wearing like a beautiful cape that went around the rest of me but didn't cover the area where we were breastfeeding. But it's learning.
I thought it was still fairly modest.
It was still modest because he kept me modest, but it wasn't necessarily covered by the
Seth
cape.
is a gentleman.
So we're working on that, but it was still, you know what? It's kind of a little bit like ripping off the Band-Aid in a safe way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like, you know, I feel good about this. I'm trying this the first time. It's not just me, Adam, and Seth. We're like, Seth needs to be, or Adam needs to be doing something else, and me and Seth are trying to do this, and Adam's trying to help us. But instead, we have literally our family, and there's like 11 or 10 of us. So while I'm trying to do this, if Adam's doing something else, my mom can come over and kind of like stand in the gap between me, like, oh, like help me lift Seth's head while I'm trying to figure out breastfeeding in public, you know?
Well,
which is, we just had a lot of help to try these first, a lot of these first.
Well, and it was like, you know, one of the areas that, you know, I mean, well, it's challenging because you're learning a lot. It was helpful because you're forced to do a lot of those things. Like,
yeah, with the support. So I know
with good support.
Like I guess in my head, I'm also thinking like, if this totally fails, like I'm about to try to nurse him, and we're learning breastfeeding, me and Seth, and we're doing a lot better, thank you God. But you know, there are times where we have trouble latching, and I know there's something I'm trying to figure out, whatever. But you know, I'm thinking if this goes poorly in this restaurant, you know, instead of just being the two of us, having a couple more people is helpful. You know, if he starts crying or whatever, like have someone else to whip him over
speaking
to.
Of these, I got a little.
That's okay. Yeah.
That's okay. There's no problem.
You know, so that's like a helpful thing, I think.
Yeah. Hello.
So I really, so like I think a lot of those firsts were really helpful.
I think so too.
Also, even just dining out in general.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
That was really his first times out. So, and that was just where like, okay, Seth, man, I was just so amazed by him constantly of like, you know, he slept or, you know, and that's yet again, he is an infant. There's no pretending. Of course he cries.
Newborn
of course,
baby.
Yeah, he's a newborn baby. Like, of course he cried. Of course, like that's not saying like, oh, he was perfectly behaved.
Yeah.
But for a newborn, what I was excited about was that it felt like he was really willing to go with the flow. That he didn't put up like fuss where it wasn't like, okay, yes, you're hungry, you're tired, you have but it wasn't like, oh, he's ultra fussy. He was just, I was so excited because that's been something that's been exciting for us of like, we want to bring him places, we want to be out and about with him, and you know, we're just excited to have him in every part of our life. And you know, that was just such a great win that like, okay, and it was so fun because it's seeing him with like friends and family, because we had a couple friends pop through at different moments, just like Seth is here, he's doing what he's doing with everybody, like, and it's exciting. And so that was really fun for me.
Yeah, that was of course really fun, just like doing things out in the world with him. Really so fun.
Thank you
so
for your
fun.
feedback, Seth.
I will also say, like, I just so was thankful for just this special time, like on the balcony when it was just like me and Seth and one other person, or me and Seth when it was just me and him, and everybody else might be at the beach or something, and we just had alone time, and you know, maybe he's breastfeeding or like he's just napping on me and we're like, I'm reading a book. Like, those were really special times. You know, because that's, I think at home, you know, you might have that time, but you kind of have the impetus, like you have other chores or other things you got to do at home. And here it's like we're all just on vacation, so it was just, you know, carte blanche to just enjoy Seth. Like, just, this is what you're doing. Like, this is the day. You get up, have a fun breakfast, and then you just enjoy him and like figure out what he needs. You're learning together. So I just thought that was like a huge blessing.
Yeah, no, I thought that was so fun to just be able to embrace that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I loved that.
Yeah. Also, talking about Ocean City, I enjoyed eating out quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Did you have?
We tried way more restaurants this time.
Yeah, we had a wider diversity, and I think I know exactly what caused that, at least partially.
Yeah. What do you think?
One of our main go-tos, Secrets, was disappointing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that pains me to say on public, but it seems like, I don't think their prices increased a lot, but their portion sizes have decreased.
Yep.
And you know, I'm ranting about my salad. It was a $16 salad, and it felt more of like a side salad, and that infuriated me, because salad's a cheap meal. You make a ton of profit on that. I didn't even have a full chicken breast on it. So that, and I think universally, the quality of the food was good.
Still good, of course.
Yeah, so I don't want to say that,
really yummy.
but it did seem like, okay, this is not the value that should be transmitted in this.
Right? And I mean, I think the other project that we didn't love was, we did go on a Saturday, so it's a different vibe on a Saturday.
Oh yeah, it was complete.
We did not bring Seth.
We did not. That was the one of the few places.
My parents hung out with him while we went there. That was the only meal he didn't go to.
Yeah.
But I'm glad, because the place was wild. Like, it was
we've
very
never seen it like that.
Which we've never ever seen it like that. I guess we've always gone on like a weeknight or something.
We've been there weekdays. Like, it was just
weekday. So that we were not feeling that. It was way too crazy. It was interesting to watch from afar, but it was. We were like, not feeling that. But we had so many other good meals.
Oh yeah.
Tequila Frog is a Mexican.
I was not as crazy about it as everybody else.
I don't know. I love that food.
It was good though. I'm not against it. But
smaller portion, I will say.
But no. I thought you know what? I think I had a little too much lettuce in mine.
Oh yeah.
I do want to say hey buddy.
Sugar.
There was a restaurant. Now we had some challenges with timing at this place. The hours were a little funky, and they won't do takeout. But we have to say the best meal of the week, bar without question, was
We
Bad
loved
Monkey.
it. Yep.
It was, and I want to just defend it, it was worth the effort to get to.
Oh my gosh.
It was worth, and that's where it was like, okay, there were a couple like, okay, you're not precise about your mealtime changeovers, you won't do takeout, but I gotta tell you, and I will say, it is like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a bad relationship, but it's something in there just makes you stay. I don't know, she's got a ton of money and you're looking at a great inheritance. I don't know where you're at, but I gotta tell you, horrifying, but actually, no, this is like a, no, it's a great relationship with a few really strong drawbacks. I don't know. Yeah, it's a great relationship with a few really few major negatives that make you question it. But in the end, you're ready to stick it out for the good stuff. It'd be, that's more accurate.
Okay,
because it's better. Obviously, it's more positive than negative in this review.
Yeah, the food's amazing.
The food is amazing. I had a cheesesteak there, and their Parmesan French fries, and their onion rings. All of it was amazing.
So
to
good.
die for.
I had a burger. It was dope.
Yeah.
Anytime you got bacon on anything, it was like tons of bacon. It was awesome.
They were not
so yummy.
Yeah, their portion size was great. The quality of the food was great. It was just the atmosphere was very fun. Very, it was worth the wait. Much like Seth, worth the wait.
It was our favorite place.
Yeah, no question about the success of.
Really enjoyed it.
Well, with one exception.
What?
The Fractured Prune.
Oh, of course.
Now, obviously, that's a completely different vibe in this because that's just a breakfast donut place. But the one in Ocean City, Maryland, has a great deal. If you buy a t-shirt, you get a donut free every time you come in for life. Now, this doesn't extend to all sweet frogs or Fractured Prunes. It is just the local ones to that area. Oh, should we pause for a second?
Yeah, let's pause.
Pause. So, Fractured Prune, if we're picking back up, Seth is getting carry. But if you do buy a t-shirt, it's a free donut for life every time you come in. The people that we're staying at had a t-shirt, so we got a donut almost every single day. And it was amazing. It was not transferable to stores in New Jersey, though. I did check in on that.
No, but tip, if you go to a Fractured Prune in Ocean City, Maryland, or in Maryland, I guess, right?
I think it's that specific, because they're franchises, so I think it was the owner of that franchise did that deal.
Okay. The deal is you get one of their shirts, which are dope shirts, by the way.
They are
super soft. I would totally buy one if we had one of those near us.
Yeah, in a real way, it is not only is the donut good, the quality of the t-shirt it's not a bad t-shirt.
Fantastic
t-shirt. It's a very nice t-shirt.
Good price for it too.
Yeah, it was it's like
$27 with tax?
No, 28 with tax at the end. But so essentially what we figured out is you need to go 10 times to break even on the t-shirt.
Fantastic.
But like that's not...
Because the donut there is like an individual
270,
donut,
like 270, 280. So it's not a bad deal. And especially like, okay, if you go there every year, like we had people say we get t-shirts for the kids and we just come back every year. It's like aging in.
It was amazing. We saw people in there like waiting in line. They all have the shirts on. And they're like, when a kid like comes of age in their family, they buy them a Fractured Prune shirt. And then they all go, I'm like, I want that tradition. That's amazing. Yeah,
that's a tradition. We really now in modern society, and this is critique, we do lack a lot of natural coming to age ceremonies, which we do. So there aren't that many. Back in the day, especially for our more mainline and Catholic friends, and especially when the United States was a more Christian nation per se, you would have confirmation, which was kind of a symbolic step of maturity and adulthood within church life. Well, most people don't do that now. We also don't even really practice like good things like, say, quinceañeras en mass as they used to be. So what transitional rites do we have? What symbolizes people growing into maturity and adulthood?
The Fractured Prune shirt.
This might be it.
And it was just, I'm still thinking I might have wanted to buy one. But unfortunately, it doesn't transfer to the one in New Jersey, so it wasn't worth it for us in this moment to buy one. But I will say, usually when I get a deal like that for a place, I know the idea is you get that deal and then when you come in you'll buy more. And usually I'm one of those people who I don't end up buying more when I go in, but the Fractured Prune is one place where I get that free donut and I'm still buying extra donuts.
Yeah, so I feel
they're smart. Like I would buy more donuts, and we did. We enjoyed our donuts every day. And by the end, what's the biggest accomplishment, Adam?
Oh, we were regulars. The gentleman was asking where my family was on the last day when they were just waiting in the car outside. But Seth was, it's too hot. It's just not happening. So It was, I did have to say, the customer service there was, I mean, for a donut shop, it was pretty great. They got you in and out.
Yeah, it might be that they just remembered Seth, but
Yeah.
I like to think they remembered
Yeah,
all of us.
Seth did not do well with fractured Prune. It was too hot every morning there
It's
for him.
okay. He was still adorable and they loved him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, you don't get enough babies there, so.
Yeah, we made the mistake of walking him out in the heat of the day.
Yeah. Well, it was early morning, and for whatever reason, the
Yeah.
early mornings in Ocean City, Maryland, were particularly humid and hot, and we were at, I think I just swallowed a bug. At angles where there wasn't a lot of sunshine. It was a weirdly brutal part of the day, and
Yeah.
Seth, in 20 days old,
hi.
just was not having it.
Uh-huh.
And that was fine. And yet again, the times where Seth didn't do well at places were
Look
really
at his face.
Oh. There you are, buddy.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Those are my main. Oh, man, stupid
Our
bug.
main thoughts about Ocean City? I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so. I think Seth is saying, guys, you've talked too long. Give me some
It
attention.
was a great vacation. We learned a lot. Oh, another thing we learned a lot about was doing longer drives with the baby.
Yeah, which.
Maybe that'll be another discussion for another time.
Oh, that's I think.
Yeah, when Adam's not eating a bug.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can podcast about that when we're driving
I
Seth
think
someplace.
so.
Well, thanks for coming back
To Ocean
beginning with
City
us. Oh,
Sayonara.
bye.